Because I did such a freaking long video in that last one, I'm giving you a bonus. I'm only going to do this other one. Zero hedge. Uh-oh, what do we have here? Remember an old WebBot report about fake gold? Tungsten-filled gold bars, and then we heard a story, but it wasn't like it came from a central bank or a major source, right? It was like somewhere in the gold market, this 10-ounce bar, or whatever it was, you know, they drilled and showed it. Remember that? This was a few years ago. Even though the WebBot did call it before that happened. Just an FYI. Now we got one that I'd say is WebBot worthy of saying that is a WebBot hit about fake gold bars tungsten. Not the other one, because this one comes from a very special source. A source in which should never, ever have fake gold bars. Are you ready for this? Zero hedge. This could be huge. Gold bar certified by Royal Canadian Mint exposed as fake. The last time there was a widespread physical gold counterfeiting scare was in the summer 2010. Here it is. When we reported the discovery of a single 10-ounce tungsten-filled gold bar in Manhattan's jewelry district led to a panic among the dealer community, which then resulted in local jewelry outlets discovering at least 10 more fake 10-ounce gold bars filled with tungsten. Fast forward to today when a similar instance of gold counterfeiting has been discovered, this time in Canada, and where the fake bar in question had been certified by the highest possible authority. According to CBC, the Royal Canadian Mint, that's the equivalent of like the US Mint. You know, where the silver eagles and silver gold eagles come from, or gold eagles come from. Certifying absolutely positive this is the real deal. That's the equivalent in Canada, okay? The Royal Canadian Mint is investigating how a sealed pure gold wafer with proper mint stampings has emerged as a fake. According to the Canadian press, the 1-ounce gold piece, which was supposed to be 99.99% pure, was purchased by an Ottawa jeweler on October 18th at a Royal Bank of Canada branch. The problem emerged when tests of the bar showed it may contain no gold at all. And when neither the Mint nor RBC would take the bar back, jeweler Samuel Tang contacted CBC News. Who is going to make sure those gold wafers are real? Asked Tang. I am worried there are more of those out there and no one knows. Mr. Tang, my name is Jason4, Joe with Realist News, YouTube. You could be rest assured that there's a whole lot more out there. There's a whole lot more out there. And certain central banks might be holding some of those, just saying. Following the news, RBC felt an obligation to pick up the bar and return it to the Mint for testing, refunding Tang the $1,680 purchase price. Wait a minute. Was it a 1-ounce bar? Yeah, 1 ounce. Sorry, yes. Okay, just make sure. 1 ounce. 1 ounce piece bar. The Royal Canadian Mint said in a statement to CBC it is in the process of testing the bar. Quote, although the appearance of the wafer and its packaging already suggests that it is not a genuine Royal Canadian Mint product. So, in all fairness to the government of Canada, is it possible someone sold this jeweler that bar, and somewhere in there was a middleman who tried to fake it till he maked it, kind of a thing, resealing it, maybe an inside job employee at the Mint, faking it, restamping it, because they might have the tools to do so, and trying to make a buck, right? I'm just throwing in a possibility. I don't know. But it went from Royal Canadian Mint to the bank. Okay? That's pretty suspicious. Samuel Tang purchased what he thought was a 1-ounce bar of 99.9999% pure Royal Canadian Mint gold from a Royal Bank branch. Questions about the fake bar's origins aside, a more immediate concern is that, just like in 2012, if there's one fake bar, there are likely many more. William Renth, a professor at the University of Ottawa's Telfer School of Management and an expert on investments and equity, says the discovery is troubling. A currency counterfeiter doesn't make just one $50 bill that's fake, he said. They make a whole lot of them. So I would suspect this might just be the tip of the iceberg. While the RCMP said they are aware of the incident, no formal complaint has yet been made. As CBC details, the mystery of the fake gold began on October 18th when Tang purchased what he thought was a 99% pure gold wafer from an RBC branch just across the road from his Glebe area boutique, Joy Creations. He carried the business card size bar, still sealed in its Royal Canadian Mint blister pack, back to his shop. His goldsmith, Dennis Bernard, said he cut open the plastic mint packing and placed the 1 ounce wafer in his hand-cranked jeweler's tableting mill. I thought my age was catching up with me because it was too hard to roll, he said. Once doubts emerged about the integrity of the gold bar, Barnard tried bending the wafer, as pure gold is usually pliable and can be bent easily. Instead, the goldsmith said the wafer snapped, leaving a jagged line. That's when I started realizing something is amiss, said Bernard, who then proceeded to test the gold himself using an acid testing kit. In the acid test, the jeweler rubs a streak of the metal across an abrasive test stone. Then, a drop of premixed acid is added to the center of the streak. If the metal streak changes color or disappears, then the metal is less than the carat of the test acid. Gold of 99% purity is considered to be equal to 24 karat gold, but the bar from RBC failed a test that gold of 18 karat or higher purity would pass. That's when Tang contacted RBC. This could be huge. There could be quite a few people out there who've been rolled over, he said. The news turned from bad to worse when CBC took the same bar to Ernest Marbar, owner of the Gold Lobby in Ottawa, buyer of precious metals. Marbar also found the bar failed an acid test for 14 karat gold. His conclusion, the bar that came from that package is a piece of junk, the gold expert said, adding that the million-dollar question is how it ended up in the plastic case. Back at Joy Creations, goldsmith Barnard said his concern wasn't with goldsmiths being duped, it's whether end buyers of the product who assume the purity and quality of the mint-endorsed purchases are sacrosanct. He and Tang are worried that the bogus gold, could be widely distributed and difficult to find, since most buyers are investors and leave the metal in the mint's blister-packed cases. I'm here to tell you, I guarantee there's a whole bunch of people sitting on some fake gold out there. Like he said, hadn't even opened the package. It feels, it weighs the right amount. I'm happy. Sitting on a bunch of fake crap. WebBot called it a long time ago. Who's going to run around and open their packages, which are sealed by the mint? Asked Barnard. It's a concern echoed by Professor Rentz. It's a serious problem. If the trust disappears, it could seize up the market, at least temporarily. Ultimately, the onus is on the those who endorse the fake product, the mint. Where are you going? I'm almost done. The mint, Rent said, the mint would be motivated to get the bottom out of to the bottom of the case, since the discovery of a counterfeit undermines confidence in their product. You don't say. Can you imagine if it turns out the mint has been faking it? Oh my God. Meanwhile, Tang said last Monday, he spoke with the manager of the RBC branch where he purchased the bar. He said the manager was told by a mint dispatcher they were checking security footage and trying to trace everyone involved in the handling of the bars. Amusingly, if the swap turns out to be an inside job, it wouldn't be the first time. As we reported at the time, last September, 35-year-old Leston Lawrence was found guilty of smuggling 180,000 Canadian dollars worth of gold pucks, each the size of a small muffin, in his rectum over several months. Lawrence worked at the mint from July 2008 until March 2015. The punchline, his job included purifying gold. So like I said, it very well could be an inside job at the mint. Not necessarily that the mint, government, we're going to screw people, right? Just another inside job. But what does that mean, though? If employees at a federal facility, in this case Canada, whatever, government facility, are in there faking this kind of stuff, gets caught in 2015, nailed, and another one comes and replaces him and is doing similar kind of a thing. Although he was smuggling, this guy here has fake bars, so he must repackage the, be packaging the fake ones in place of the real ones. So I have a feeling that's what we're going to find out. Oh, we found a corrupt employee, we nailed him. But remains to be seen. Take care.